Hello and welcome to my review of the entire Genestealer Cult new release range. They came out a whopping 7 months ago, so March time I want to say. I managed to get all the new releases such as the Codex, the Jackal Alphas, the Atalan, not Matalan, but Atalan Jackals, the Achilles Ridge Runner, and the Tectonic Frag Drill, as well as some other models down here, like the Biologists. The Abominant was actually in the Tooth and Claw box set, I think, with the Space Wolves. I've still got to build a few of those models, including the Aberrants. Also the Clamavus, the Biologists, the Sanctus, the Logus, the Magus, which is that lady there, the Locus, which is this creature here, Sanctus, which is the like assassin, the Biophagus, this one, the Clamavus, the Nexus. Actually, that's a Nexus. Apologies. Yeah, so that's a Nexus, and that's the Magus. So yeah, quite a few us names in there. I don't have the Kellimorph. The Kellimorph never released separately. It was released in the Kill Team box set with some hybrid metamorphs, so unfortunately didn't get hold of him. Hopefully he will come out singularly at some point. He's pretty decent. He's got some good ranged weapons. I thought the release was pretty good. I especially like the bikes. I expected there'd be more, but I was happy with what we got. You know, it completely expanded the Genestealer Cult range into a fully fledged army, not a fledgling army. The Codex is, you know, 120 pages, so it's a solid codex. I mean, it's 40 pages larger than the Adeptus Custodes codex, you know, so it is a full army. Now I've got 6 HQ choices, 3 troop choices, 9 elite choices, 4 fast attack choices, 3 heavy support choices, a couple of transport choices, and the fortification, the frag drill. So it is lacking in heavy support. The bulk of the army is HQ and elites, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty limited with heavy support. What do you expect? You know, you've got a choice between a Lehman Russ, heavy support weapon squad, or a Goliath Rock Grinder. They're the main bits of heavy support. They definitely, as an army, rely on stealth and surprise and ambushes. They're not an army that will just pop up on a battlefield or you know, deep strike from orbit or anything like that. Not like Space Marines or Chaos or even Orcs. They've already taken over a planet when these kind of armed forces rise up, because they've been, you know, underground and hiding behind people's sofas and all these kind of horrible type of things that's happening with the population that's already embedded into the populace. But that's great because it gives the Games Workshop design team such a creative blueprint to make these fantastic models. Last year in November, end of November, I went to the open day and they were showcasing the bikes, and I love the look of the bikes, and this quad bike with the mining laser. You can have it with the flamer on there as well, but this kind of astronaut type dude on this quad is pretty awesome. You know, the bikers with the sawn off shotguns. I put shotguns on all mine, and this guy with the grenade launcher, fantastic. Even the Jackal Alpha, so yeah, she was quite pricey. You know, she was almost the same price as a full set of Atalan Jackals, but you know, Games Workshop will sell less of them, and as such they have to sort of put that into the price. You'd buy 2 or 3 boxes of Atalan Jackals easily. There's plenty of customization to have them with these ranged weapons, or to have them with crowbars or whatever. I thought that they put a lot of elites and HQ choices around this time, which was good. It fleshed it out rather than just having your 3 choices, you know, your Primus, your Magus, or your Patriarch. It's really cool that we've now got an aberrant HQ in the form of this Abominant, with a little familiar as well. Pretty cool. I like the fact that we get this assassin type Genestealer Cult model as well. That's pretty good. And I like the customization. Each model sort of had a couple of options to load it out, except for the Jackal Alphas, obviously. And I really like the introduction of these Achilles Ridge Runners. I think it's cool that they bundled in a load of options to change the weapons, to have it as a mortar or rocket launcher or this laser. I haven't put mine on a base. I'm still deciding whether or not to or whatever. I may well do at some point, but just the rock grinder looks so good, you know, without being on a base, and I'd never think about putting this on a base. So if they can be sort of, you know, baseless together with wheels, then, you know, it sort of, they tie into each other pretty good. I really like the rock grinder. I thought the Goliath truck chassis and things stole the show with the last release. I was really happy with that model, and I'll definitely pick up another one just to have it as a normal Goliath truck next time, and yeah, pick up a couple more of these Ridge Runners, because they're awesome models, and I love the creativity of the Genestealer cult range. My favourite model this time around, I have to give it to, well, the Atalan Jackals, you know, the bikes. Those dirt bikes are absolutely fantastic. I wish that Space Marine bike had gotten an overhaul as well, but hopefully the whole design team and things learned some vital information about these off-road dirt bikes, and, you know, transport them over to, you know, Imperial ranges. That would be cool. I mean, I can just imagine Adeptus Mechanicus on bikes, like robotic bikes or something like that. That would be pretty cool. We're getting towards a Mad Max model range, I'm sure, with all of these bikes, especially with the Orc buggies as well. I mean, you have all of these on a battlefield and you could create some incredible scenarios. I liked all the single miniatures as well. I think the Abominant finally being released separately, that was a very good move from Games Workshop. And I liked all the other like little HQ choices and Elite choices. I really liked the Nexus. I thought that was a pretty cool model, especially as the hologram on the strategy table is of Games Workshop's HQ. I thought that's really cool that they have managed to you know, make that in model form, you know, so it exists forever, basically. And I'm surprised that they didn't do it earlier, but they have done. The Tectonic Drag Drill, you know, the most expensive model in this whole lineup, at £35. It's a lovely, lovely bit of kit. Definitely ties into the Genestealer cult, but it doesn't have any Genestealer cult like accessory sprues or anything like that. You can't tell it apart from a normal Sector Mechanicus frag drill. It would be cool to use it in, you know, with other factions like Mechanicus, definitely. But at the same time, I'd also would have liked to have some kind of Genestealer cult sprue in there, just to Genestealer it up. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from sort of putting some transfers or you know, markers and things from the upgrade sprue from the Lehman Russ, or you know, buying the upgrade sprue separately. That would be pretty cool. I'm just really happy that you know, Games Workshop, with all of their new like big releases there for the armies, they're releasing these kind of fortification building things that are specific to the army. Maybe not this one as much, but definitely the Orc building and the Imperial Knight one, and the Eldar Webway. We finally get that Webway, which is huge, and the Chaos portal as well. That was pretty awesome. That's one of my favourites, I think, out of the fortifications. So yeah, the dirt bikes and the quad bike are definitely my favourite models out of this range. Once again, apologies that it's taken so long for this like main review video to come out. I would have liked to have seen something for heavy support, you know, something extra. I would have liked them to go whole hog with some kind of, you know, kit bash tank, or, you know, just a slight variation on the Lehman Russ, you know, instead of just a Lehman Russ with some Genestealer cult iconography. But I understand from the lore and the story perspective why that is simply the case. However, obviously, you know, if you've got these dirt bikes and things and buggies, why haven't we really got them for Imperial Guard? You know, if they're out there, out and about, they must be manufactured like the Lehman Russ tanks and things like that. Likewise the weapons as well, all these other weapons. It'd be cool to see them be utilised in all of the other different ranges. That's the end of my review. Thoroughly enjoyed this range. As I said before, I will be going through a review of every single Genestealer Cult model now, except for all these, which have had their reviews separately. But I would like to hear from you in the comments below. Which was your favourite model out of this Genestealer Cult release? It'd be really interesting to find that out, and please do put it in the comments below. Thank you ever so much again for your patience for all these videos. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For the Norn Queen.